Part of the lower Connecticut River Valley, Essex, Connecticut is quaint, with a population that hovers around 7,000. It is jam-packed with history, and with views like this, a perfect place to soak in that New England charm. Today, the renovated former homes of sea captains hug a main street that feels a bit like a Norman Rockwellian stroll.
If you're looking for something a bit more interactive, jump aboard the Essex steam train for a ride unlike any other.
Welcome aboard.
You're going back to 1910, 1920 to see what it was like. This was the connection between Hartford and Fenwick Point. That's where the rich people all were able to take the train out to the point.
Through the change of necessity to novelty, the nostalgia of this ride, now the Essex steam train and riverboat, takes visitors on a 2-hour journey from track to river.
This is the only connection where in the United States where you will have a tourist train meeting a steamboat ride.
From stunning views of and on the Connecticut River Valley, it is a favorite location for Hollywood.
We've used this train in movies like Amistad, Ragtime, the Indiana Jones.
But make no mistake about it, the heart of this journey isn't fueled by coal, but smiles of the little ones aboard.
We're taking them back to see how their grandparents and now their great-grandparents travel.
The charm of Main Street since 1776, the longest continuously open inn in the United States.
Formally, it's the Griswold Inn, but if you've been here just one time, you forever after call it, affectionately, the Grizz.
Home to 34 guest suites, no two are alike, but all of them will take you back in time with 3 dining experiences, the tap room, once the town's schoolhouse.
It is the original ceiling, and it's made of horsehair and clamshells.
You'll find hearty fare from sea to land, like these scrumptious short ribs. On the walls, art that speaks to the area's steamboat history and relics of the past.
Well, there is a musket in one of the cases. It's from the Revolutionary War, and there was a note found in the barrel of that musket from a father to a son. Take this my gun, do not handle it in fun, but join ye ranks of Washington and make ye British run.
The newest dining room, an upscale nautical exploration of the taste buds. More than 50 wine selections, wine flights, and gourmet small meals. Worthy of a museum, the tuna, elote soup, key lime panna cotta, mouth-watering strawberry shortcake with chantilly cream.
This is my favorite piece. It's done by Norman Rockwell. It's called Steamboat Race on the Connecticut River, and it's a sketch. It goes from port to starboard.
The owners tell us the Grizz is home to the largest privately held seafaring collection in the world.
It's a really special place. It means a lot to all of us, and I know it means a lot to so many people that have passed through here.
Close enough for a bee to fly, the collision of nature and art make you feel like you're walking into a painting at the Florence Griswold Museum in Old Lyme.
We're rooted in this really important place, the home of American Impressionism.
Gardens in bloom frame an artist's trail, a landscape that has called painters here for more than 100 years.
There's also a quality about the light here in Old Lyme, a quality of how the light plays off of the Lieutenant River that drew people here.
But it is the unintentional gallery inside this home that captures the view of traveling artists, a former boarding house owned by Florence Griswold and her family.
She was born here in Old Lyme in 1850. Florence turned her house into a boarding house.
For $7 a week, artists would come to create. One in particular who would instantly transform this space from a dining room into an art gallery.
Henry Ward Ranger, from his time in France, there was a tradition of the artist painting the panels, and he brought that tradition to Florence's house. And so he painted the first panel.
42 panels from local landscape to travels abroad, and something that is hidden from view behind this peaceful depiction of a Connecticut farm road. This panel has only been removed 3 times in 100 years. We weren't even allowed to see how it's done.
Around 1918 or the early 1920s, an artist named Robert Fullington painted here in Old Lyme, and he was invited to paint a panel for the dining room. When he left for the summer, he did not pay his bill to Miss Florence, and in protest, because the artists loved her, they said, "We're turning the panel around," and they invited artist William Chadwick to paint a local scene on the other side.
And all you Hallmark fans out there, during the summer months, the network has actually transformed Essex into a winter wonderland for many of their Christmas movies.
And the Essex Steam Train itself does holiday-themed rides, including a ride to the North Pole.
Oh, how about that? Coming up, Destination Dennis and beyond.